So welcome to lecture number 7, where we have a look at an example program focused on building muscle mass. So a hypertrophy training program. What are we going to cover? We look at an example training program. We look at how to apply the main training variables I've outlined in previous lectures, intensity and volume, and how to progress from week to week. So you think I might sound like a broken record, but the difference between a workout and a training program is actually that a program, the training program, is a sequence of workouts that follow certain training principles. And a workout is one simple workout, so that might not do very much. So therefore, important having a training program, focusing on training principles. What are these principles? The optimal stimulus, as well as being progressive. So we said the first step is to pick your training goal. We just said the goal is to build muscle mass. Therefore, we choose a hypertrophy training program. Then we look at the intensity range and the volume. And then we choose our progression. So do we want to progress intensity? Do we want to progress volume? Do we want to progress intensity and volume at the same time? These are all options we can choose. And we looked at that matrix. So we are now in the second row. We want to become bigger. Therefore, we look at hypertrophy training methods and the how, the training variables. We have the intensity, 65 to 85% of the 1RM, 6 to 12 reps, and 3 to 4 sets. Again, nothing is written in stone, but this serves as a good guideline. And we looked at the exercises, and I kept the exercise and exercise selection for the 4 example training programs the same, so that you can understand the principle behind programming. Pick your training goal, choose the intensity range and the volume, and then choose your progression scheme. And we use the same exercises, sort of exercises. And now we're here, training goal, become bigger, build muscle mass. Therefore, we choose the hypertrophy training methods and the intensities. So here we are within our program, and let's jump in. So here we are inside of our example hypertrophy training program, and you can see, as we said, goal-specific strength training. The goal is to become bigger, and therefore we choose the focus of the hypertrophy training. Now, that is number 1. So then we go through our training program. This is session number 1. And you can see here we have the exercises. Simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercises as I've outlined. We follow the guideline of we have a squat, we have a hinge, we have a lunge, we have a push, and we have a pull. So in that example, we have the back squat as the first exercise from the squat category. We looked at this is session number 1 in week 1. This is week number 2, and this is week number 3. So in session number 1, in week number 1, we choose the intensity of 65% and we do 10 reps, and we do that for 3 sets. In week number 2, we choose the percentage of 70% of the 1RM. We do that for 8 reps, and we do it for 3 sets. And in session number 3, we do 75% of our 1RM for 6 repetitions, and we do that for 3 sets. And in week number 4, we reduce repetitions, we reduce sets, and we reduce intensity. So that's our deload week. We do 5 repetitions at 60% for 2 sets. And then you can see that we keep that rep, set, and intensity scheme the same for all the exercises. So exercise number 1 is the back squat, exercise number 2, the forward lunges and return, exercise number 3, the RDL, exercise number 4, the bench press, exercise number 5, the bent over row. So you can see here, similar exercises, same exercises as in our maximum strength training program. Same sequence of the exercise, only the intensity and the volume changes. Let's have a look at session number 2. So we have the front squat, we have the backward lunges, we have the regular deadlift, we have a shoulder press, and we have a pull-up. And also here we can see same rep, set, and intensity scheme, 3 sets of 10 at 65% 1RM. In the second week, we have 3 sets of 8 at 70% 1RM. And in the third week, we have 3 sets of 6 at 75% 1RM. Yeah, and then you can see we maintain that set, rep, and intensity scheme for all different exercises. And that brings us to the end of this example training program for hypertrophy. So you want to become bigger. So this is an example training program that you can use. And you can go to my website, sign up for this free course and download that program for yourself. So this was the example training program for hypertrophy training. What did we do in this lecture? We looked at an example training program, in this case the hypertrophy training. So you want to build muscle mass, you follow hypertrophy training. We looked at how to apply the main training variables, intensity, reps and sets. And then how can we progress these variables from week to week. I see you in the next one when we look at how to design a power training program.